keep going, we keep going. Don't no monkey stop the show. Don't know one monkey stop the show. All right, this is what we got going on. You know, in a world where you could be all over the place right now, the theme is to remain disciplined. Matter of fact, time out is Kelsito, the spirit coach, getting you in shape and form for the age of Aquarius yet again. We're now drinking the wine of Zeus. Saturn and Pisces, happy Saturday, y'all. So you know every day is ruled by a planet. Today just happens to be Saturn Day. So Saturday is always going to bring some form of restriction, some type of limitation, some type of thing where you need to ground or feel secure because you may run into insecurities participating with that thing. So, you know, for the most part, right now, it's going to be put us in a fashion where we got to remain disciplined around the energy that is in. Now, Saturn is more so left brain, you know, it's ruled by air and earth, which is Aquarius, which will be the air sign, and Earth, which would be Capricorn, both ruled by Saturn. Now, Saturn always brings discipline, restrictions, limitations, and things. So it's more so left brain and things where it's dealing with that external energy, that masculine, or the ability to have a point into something, because that's how we know things can be, you know, sustained if it's pointed to or focused. And then as far as with the, he said hello, well, you got the monks down here and shit like that. You know, but, you know, with the motherfucker, yeah, so it's more left brain. So it deals with the more point, which would be the external, which would be the masculine, the feminine, more receiving side of things. And this experience, right, that we're having right now is it going through Pisces, which would be the 12th house space, or, you know what I'm saying, plays out in a fashion of mutable water, you know what I'm saying? All of our dreams and imaginations coming together to accumulate this experience that we all kind of, you know, realized and made sense to be. So, you know, with Saturn and Pisces, this is going to be remaining disciplined about dreams, imaginations, and fantasies. Now, we all got a big ass fantasy that we got together, you know what I'm saying? And it's already kind of been a little bit set up for you to be constructed and participate within, you know what I'm saying, this dream, this collective dream that we got, you know what I'm saying? And you already know how to do that based upon you manifesting yourself here and being able to have some type of discipline for yourself, or a Saturn or restrictions or some type of boundary or something like that. But you know what I'm saying, it's going to be putting you in a position where, you know, now the things that you got to remain disciplined about is more expansive. So it'll be more so like dreams, fantasies, or your experiences, because Pisces is ruled by Jupiter, so that's your knowledge and wisdom and things, and you'll know better, you do better energies. So, you know, we have collective experiences and the things that we should be emotionally invested into right now, as far as our beliefs and imaginations, is they bringing us security, or is they bringing us expansion? You know what I'm saying? If they ain't bringing us shit like that, you know what I'm saying, you may be trying to get some, or trying to expand and get some. You know, so you might not took your spirit out of your comfort zone and tried to see something from a different point of view. Probably ain't had enough experiences yet to do that. But overall, you know, all the way up until November 15th, this the energy that you're gonna be experiencing and shit like that. So you can, either remain, disciplined. You know what I'm saying? You got some time to reconstruct your disciplinary actions around, your fantasies, your dreams, your imaginations, also amongst others. So this is a lot of good collective dream spell work, collective dream chakra work. You feel me? If you're a gilder on that level, you know what I'm talking about. But essentially, so whatever your Saturn sign is, you know what I'm saying, that's how you gonna deal with it. And shit. Everybody in La La Land out here. Everybody. Everybody in La La Land. Everybody in La La Land. Everybody in La La Land. So, the reason to and the purpose for exercising your boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Think about something is really constructing, you know what I'm saying? Allowing the rites of passage and, you know what I'm saying, knowing when to open that floodgate and when to close it. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, if you don't be on that course, you're not going to get the benefits and the fruits of being on that course. You know what I'm saying? So if you open the course and you spend your time in other places and shit like that, where you're developing other thoughts and feelings and experiences, you're not developing enough thoughts and experiences probably on a course that you need to go through to reach your goal. And then you'll look up and wonder, you know what I'm saying, why you still ain't at the level of that or whatever. You probably just ain't really did enough for the T-work, dream work energy, reciprocation energy, and what you get is what you give, all the way down to becoming more wiser about, certain things in the world that you damn near need to become wise about, that, you might despise or something like that because you spiritual or some shit like that. And that ain't got shit to do with spirituality. Spirituality is just about being you and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying? And you ain't shit, you know what I'm saying? You the spirit, expressing yourself. You can express yourself just like anybody else in this bitch. So, you might despise certain responsibilities and stuff because you may feel like you spiritual and shit like that. And you may not be looking at it from the right context. You might not even have a purpose. So you want to know how to, you got to have a purpose to become wise about, you know what I'm saying, so you can figure out, you know what I'm saying, why your ass is who you are, where you come from, your background, you know what I'm saying, and, not necessarily that you will find the answers all the way, but, essentially you could, you feel me? You could find the answers. So if you want them, you know what I'm saying, and it's in alignment with it helping you with reaching your purpose and your goal, you know what I'm saying, then you're on the right aspect. A person that ain't got no goal can give a fuck about, looking up or becoming aware about certain things. All the way down to whether they rich or spoon-fed and shit like that, and how that affect them, whether they call themselves spiritual or not. So it's all about becoming wise and things about your experience and shit. You know what I'm saying? And so this retrograde all the way up to November 15th is going to ask you, are you disciplined and structured when it comes to your imagination? You know what I'm saying? Your imaginations, the delusions you be having on your mind, the la-la lands. And what are you using that time for? You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Right now we got Mars sextile uh, Saturn in retrograde too. So we may have opportunities to be motivated or frustrated, you know, by these restrictions and these old restrictions too, and our ability to remain disciplined and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when we got retrograde, we kind of got like time to fall back and things and shit like that. And you know that is good, but it's, you know, it's always, if you want to go back for something, it's negatives and positives in everything. You can go back for some negative shit. You know what I'm saying? For some negative purposes. So this would be like the negative versions of the retrogrades that y'all hear about, like the negative versions of the retrogrades that y'all hear about, like the exes and y'all falling back into y'all exes' habits and stuff like that. Positive versions is you going back and, you know what I'm saying, you might have to remind a person or remind yourself in a time of need. Those are the positive aspects of playing out the retrograde. So, you know what I'm saying, never cap. Never cap, you feel me? But yeah, so, you know, this is what it is. We're going to be wanting to be constructed, you know what I'm saying, with our imaginations and our dreams and our fantasies and our delusions around those things and shit like that. And are you disciplined enough, you know what I'm saying, to have that dream that you want? Even if it don't make sense or not, you know what I'm saying? It's still about just being in a feeling too, showing it sometimes, being in a feeling of it. And that's where, if you an air sign, you may feel like, okay, this don't look like the idea, or this not the idea, or I ain't seeing the actual communication around it. I ain't seeing the comments around it. I ain't seeing that around it. You know, if you're a fire sign, you know what I'm saying, it may not look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It may not look as the dream, you know what I'm saying, it may not look like you want it to and shit like that. It may be like too slow or too much that you got to do around it or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you'll end up thinking it's not. And the earth signs too, you know, you may be totally opposite. You may might cling to the Saturn part of it, but you know what I'm saying, if your Saturn is in a earth sign or something like that, like that's what you may be into. You may just feel totally opposite from the shit and shit like that. Like you really got to have other people or some other event like to come and help you out of that, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. It's almost like you'll make the money for it, but you don't know about how to construct an event around it or experience or something like that. If your Saturn there, and shit, you know. So yeah, that's all we got going on. So, you know, motherfuckers is you know, getting their ass in the game. And then, down here fucking Babylon. So you wanna make sure you discipline around your shit. You feel me? Y'all go peep that Zeus Man video out now. Run it up. You know, got more things coming. It's a Saturday. So, you know, you gotta work for your motherfucking dreams, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get your ass together.